Gives me great pleasure. I'll start with introducing our moderator for tonight. I mentioned before from The Mighty. Be sure to be following The Mighty. Jordan Davidson. Jordan, please join us. And I'll welcome Alvaro Campos, the director of Leo and Carol. Alvaro, thank you for being here. And someone who needs no introduction, Matt Genser, the Barber of Augusta himself. Thank you, Jordan. I hand it over to you.
Great. Thanks, everyone, for being here on this Sunday evening, and thank you to the JCC and ReelAbilities for putting together this event. My first question is for Matt and Alvaro. What inspired you to make these films? Why did you want to tell, Matt, your case, your story, but Alvaro, your case, Leo and Carol's story? So, Matt, we can start with you.
I didn't make the film, so I just went out on the streets and started doing this for like the last 5 years, and one day a news van popped up in front of me and said, "Hey, can we stick you on the news?" And I'm like, "Okay, sure." And that turned into a pile of newspaper articles. And then one of my clients, his mother is the director of the film. Her name's Michelle Hoser. And she messaged me. She came and meet me. And she said, "Hey, like, I think your story's great. Could I make a documentary about you?" And I said, "Sure, why not?" And she did an excellent job. That was all done in 2 days of filming. So, yeah, great to her. Why? She thought it was interesting. I hope you guys did too. But more than, I guess, why it was done, I think what's important about it now, what makes it kind of special, is that this has actually given a great opportunity for me to talk to lots of people about what it's like to have ADD, or for children dealing with that, because there's so many so many people. I feel like before, in the past, there was no label. It was just you have a problem child or something. And now we almost have the opposite problem, where everyone is labeled with it. Oh, they have problems, they have ADD. What is ADD? And that's the thing. So I really enjoy, through this, I've been able to go to some schools and show them the video, and then talk to children, talk to parents, and teach them more about the differences, and like how to know whether that's what it is, and how to deal with it, and different ways of working with it.
Great. And Alvaro, to you. Why did you want to create this film? How did you meet Leo?
I met Leo in a TV show that I was producing in Brazil, a reality show, like an American Idol, but Brazilian way, only with comedians. And I got to know him, and I was amazed by him, not because only by the show he's capable of doing, but because I noticed that he uses humor as an inclusion tool. So the set wasn't prepared to his special needs by the time, but only with his charisma and his jokes and his capacity to communicate to others. In the 50th day, I think the day number 5, everyone was working for him, not for me, the main producer. Everything he needs, he didn't even have to ask, was done. And he never used it. No political stuff, nothing. Only joking, only using humor and charisma. And as a filmmaker, I'm always after unique characters, full of complexity. So Leo was this amazing guy who deserved to have this story to be told to the world. So how he uses humor not just to generate laughs, but to make himself equal to anyone in the city and in the world.
So why frame the story around the preparation to his wedding and then it's his wedding itself?
Because uh, from my point of view, it's kind of psychological arch for Leo, and to be really part of the society. His great dream was to be married, to find love, the way we usually in Brazil understand love. So and I could see talking to him and becoming his friend that the whole experience belongs not only to him but to the both of the families. They are together and all and they love each other very much. They have a son now, Luisa, beautiful baby. Yeah, but what they are capable to do is also because they have all the support of the both families. It's really beautiful to see how there are lots of people working for this couple happiness. It's beautiful to see. So it's no one is alone. So I want to show this because Carol is also a great character for me at the same size of Leo's because by the end of the day we do this kind of films to open hearts, open minds, to see beyond the stigmas. And Carol did it by herself. Her sexual attraction to him is completely natural. Her eye, the way she sees the world, is all about her. She's incredible. So she deserved as well a big space on the film, in the film.
I think you both have spoken a lot about different ideas that you want people to take away from the film, either with ADD or just the desire to have a family. But if there's one thing from both of your films that you really want to impart on the people watching your movies, what's that one thing that you hope viewers take home with them?
For me, it's actually not in my film, but it's a metaphor, and I could share it with you guys, because when you have maybe ADD or something in the head that's different, it's sometimes the way you feel things is different, the way you think is different, and for other people to be able to understand that, they can't understand it. But then if you can create a metaphor for them that they can understand, then they can understand how it works. So I'm going to give you guys my metaphor for ADD, and then you'll know if you have it maybe. You'll be able to understand people better that do have it, and it can take away from when you hear that people just, oh, everybody has that or whatever. So basically the analogy is that the regular mind, the normal mind that we all have is kind of like a map. It's like all these streets. And every single thought going through your mind is like cars going through these streets. So you have all these thoughts going on, all these cars going through these streets. Right now there's certain things you're not thinking about. And those are like vehicles that are parked inside a parking lot. I say dinosaurs. All of a sudden you think about dinosaurs, and that's like the dinosaur car getting on the road and going with the other vehicles. There's different destinations, there's different things that you want to do every day, and even decisions. Destinations and decisions, or first of all, decisions are stop signs and traffic lights. You stop and you say, I'm going to do this or I'm going to do that, and depending on what you decide to do, the vehicles will go in different directions and end up in different places. Then destinations are what we have to do every day. Sometimes we got to go to work, so we got to make the right turns to get to work. Some destinations are further away. I'd like to become a doctor. So you have to make those right turns and decisions for a long time to get to that destination. Sometimes in life things go wrong, and that's like a car accident. So the cars hit each other. Some accidents can be small, some can be so big that they put holes in the road. An example of this would be somebody dying, someone being abused, certain incidents that can really change a person mentally, emotionally, and damage them. And then it's up to them to either fix that hole, to avoid that hole, or kind of do a quick fix, and later it's going to open again and they're going to have that same problem all over again. But even though that system is imperfect, it works, and that's the normal mind. Now, when you take a kid that has ADD, it's very similar but a bit different. It's like there's this highway with thousands of cars and they're all going one way. And there's another highway, thousands of cars, and all going one way. And these two highways, they cross each other. But there's no stop signs or traffic lights. There's this never-ending chaos. There's all these cars beeping and honking at each other. And eventually they're going to get where they got to go. There's no lack of thought. There's too much of it. So it's like a never-ending traffic jam. And there's no stop signs or traffic lights. So when that child wants to do something, they just do it. They don't think about it. They don't stop like a regular person will. So as you get older, you have to learn that, and you have to build your own stop signs, and you have to build your own traffic lights, and it's that much harder for them. And it's not really like, I don't look at it so much like a disability. I look at it more like a different cognitive mind. It's just, they think differently. And the difference is that you just have to put more attention into them. So I want to bring more awareness to that, especially to parents, because parents, you see your kid has a problem, instead of thinking, how can I fix this problem? This person's never going to change. It'd be like if you're born without a leg. You don't fix it. You could get a fake leg that could help you walk and stuff, but it's learning how to deal with it. So learning how to deal that doesn't sound good, but like learning about this problem so that you can teach your child about it and then help them get through things, encourage them, nurture them. Because really the difference between the normal kid and the kid with ADD, you put them in front of a fire and say, don't touch that. The kid with ADD says, why? I want to touch it. I'm going to go touch it. But all you have to do with that other kid is say to them, look, I don't want you to get hurt. If you touch this fire, it's going to hurt you. And I don't want you to get hurt. You don't want to get hurt. I'm going to go away for a bit. You can stay close to it, enjoy it, it's warm, but don't touch it because you're going to get hurt. And that little extra is the difference between that child getting burned or not. And that little extra from the teachers would be the difference between that child staying in class and learning, instead of challenging that kid in front of everyone and turning it into a fight and turning it into a battle. We need to learn to work more with it and encourage it, because the two most important things are constructive criticism, and this is for everyone. You need help bettering certain things, constructive though, not negative, and encouragement, because when people make you feel good about doing anything, you're going to want to do more. So these kids, if they're nurtured, they'll fly. They'll do better than what the norm is. But when they're not given that, they'll turn to drugs more than the normal. They'll turn to alcoholism. They'll turn to like cutting themselves and hurting themselves, because that's what's happening to them. They're being told there's something wrong with you and you're a problem. And to me, that's not what they are. They're a blessing. And it took me so long to figure that out, because I hated myself basically my whole life. For the first time in my life, I'm happy now. And it's because I got past school, I got past all the kid stuff. I figured out what was wrong with me, and I kind of learned how to fix it. And I would love just for more people to understand it a bit more, and to be able to kind of give what I just gave you guys to everyone. Yeah, thanks.
Very well said. Now, Alvaro, what about you? What is one thing that you want viewers to take away from your film?
To experience something real, that's I think that the most important. Sometimes to be more fast, to be more productive, to be on time, to be rich, to be whatever. We are trying to avoid real experience, to manage them everything so fast, so easily. It's not easy to manage and to deal and to communicate and to get close to anyone, not only disabled persons, to anyone, to get intimacy, to really know each other. So as a filmmaker, so as an artist, I just want to express something real. That's the most important, and everything about him, everything about the movies that we just saw, it's real. It's not created. Of course, naturally, our point of view as filmmakers, we put a sound, we edit it and everything, but what we want to do is enhance our experience, the audience experience, sharing their experience. That's so beautiful and different and unique. That's maybe I just tried to be a bridge between their experience and the audience experience. I think that's it.
Great.
We could take a couple of questions from the audience. We have time if anybody has any questions, comments, or thoughts. I see one up there.
I just wanted to say to the barber, I'm sorry, I'm bad with names, so I don't remember your name. But I think you changed yourself at the end of the movie by saying you're only doing this for attention. I think you have a lot of compassion, and you want to make this a much better world than it is.
I don't know about that. Oh, I guess that if you guys found this entertaining, I'll share with you that I have another videographer that has followed me around as I've been doing more of the street cuts and doing like nice things for people. And I started, and it was funny because Michelle named the movie The Barber of Augusta, and I'm not a barber, I'm a hairdresser. And there was one time that there's this street kid telling another street kid, "Oh man, I need a haircut." And the kid said to him, "Oh, go to Spadina and Queen, because like that's the corner I like to go to." And he says, "The haircut hero will come." So I started like a little mini series that I've just been doing kind of on my own with this videographer named Stella Grob, and we're calling it Haircut Hero. So if you go on YouTube and you search Haircut Hero, you can see some more of what's going on, and then instead of having to remember my name and that spelling, just remember Haircut Hero, and you'll see the name of my YouTube account, and then you can add me on Instagram, Facebook, and we can all be friends forever.
Any other questions or comments?
So Matt, what would you say to a younger you?
I don't know what I'd say to a younger me. I'm having. Wait, were you having a baby? No, the person you're filming's had a baby. I got married since this got made and had a baby too. So I have a little 6-month-year-old. I have a 6-month-old baby girl, and she is the greatest. You don't clap. No more clapping. Too much clapping. So she's just the greatest thing that's ever happened to me. When I saw the little beating heart in the ultrasound thing, that was the happiest moment of my life. And when I saw her born, that was the proudest moment of my life. And my wife has something called I don't know if it's called histrionic or histronic. I don't even know how to say it, but a personality disorder. And then I have my like ADD, borderline, whatever. So I'm pretty sure my child's gonna have some mental problems as well. But I look forward to that. I look forward to her being different. I look forward to her challenging the teachers, and I'm gonna be there on her side to support her and do my best to keep an open line of communication. I think that we all really need to do that. We need to express our feelings and get them out, because we hold on to them and we put ourselves through this pain, whether it's pain that we have towards ourselves, whether it's pain that we have towards other people, and we all need to learn to love ourselves more, and we need to learn to tell people that have hurt us, I feel this pain, mom or dad, you've hurt me, and get it out. Don't hold on to it, because life is too short to spend being sad, depressed, and feeling hate and all these things. And letting go of it all will just make you feel so much better. And if somebody doesn't like something about you, or if you're worried about it, screw them. I don't know, that's basically, I guess, I want her to totally be herself. I wouldn't want to make her feel like she's anything less than anybody else. I think that people that have pain, people that have disabilities, people that have these problems, that makes you human. That makes you more. It makes you understand more than the regular person. So in a way, it's super hard, but in another way, it can make you warmer. It can make you. I have the ability to help kids that had my problem, or that have it, and I can help parents understand it. And for me as a child, I always said I want a psychologist that has the same problem as me. I want someone that has firsthand experience and knows what I'm going through, and that was my biggest problem growing up. I got to all these doctors and stuff. I'm not saying doctors are bad. I'm sure they can be good for some people, but for me, there was never that connection. I never felt like they were really helping me. I always felt like I was being treated, and that didn't really work for me. So that's what I'd want for my child, that just not even love, but just letting it be, letting that person be, and letting them grow, and then kind of being like a support for them, but not trying to bend them into place. And that's basically what I'd encourage everyone. Yeah. So much clapping.
As we're a little short for time, I just wanted to give one more question for Alvaro, maybe just to tell us about the next project you worked on with Leo from the film, and a little bit more on what you're working on now.
No, we just we did the short documentary to prepare Leo and me to shoot a fiction long feature about a love story having Leo as the main character. We want to do a live-action film in Brazil with a disabled hero, and the disabled hero in this romantic leading role. So we did a movie to get really inside Leo's head, and then he came to help us on the script, and he prepared himself like for almost 1 year to become an actor. He's a comedian. He haven't any experience in theater. And so we did the movie. The movie was launched in Brazil last December. The movie is passing in Miami Film Festival right now here in America. And we're looking for American distributions to pass the film here. But basically it's give representation to the cause in a pop film to reach more people. That's the main goal. That's what we did.
Wonderful. The name of the film?
It's called High Expectations. No, thank you.
I'd like to thank both of you for being here, and Jordan for the wonderful conversation.
I want to take the festival and you all for coming and share this moment with us. Thank you so much.
Thank you for these fantastic films.